Hi, it's Katie here from Katie Calls It, and today I'm going to be talking about anxiety attacks or panic attacks. The reason I'm making this video is I'd like to help people that suffer from anxiety attacks. I'd like them to know that they're not alone and that you can manage them and get them under control, and things do get better. I've had a lot of experience through my life with panic attacks. When I was younger, not so much. I mean, I'd get one a year or so when I was under a lot of pressure or in an awkward social situation. But since my brother died about 3 years ago, I've been getting them daily. To start with, it was almost all day. I was panicking, having anxiety attacks. It was almost paralysing. I could hardly leave the house. But now I perhaps still have one or two a day, but most of the time they're so quick that I can still go about my day-to-day life when they're happening. I've even been live streaming once or twice and had panic attacks and had to switch the camera off for a few minutes, or even just breathe through it, and no one's noticed what's happened. So whereas before the panic attacks were so extreme, I would have to lay down sometimes for hours, because the symptoms of panic attacks, if you haven't experienced one, they're different for everyone. But with me, I get palpitations, my heart pounds, and sometimes it feels like it's skipping a beat. I go really hot and then really cold. It's kind of like the fight or flight reflex, you know? When you feel in danger, your body just gets hypersensitive and adrenaline's released. It can be terrifying. One of the symptoms is you feel like you're having a heart attack or a stroke, or your body's about to close down. You can lose your hearing, you get blurred vision, you feel like you're going to faint and often have to lay down just to get through it. You can become so tense, and it's not unheard of for people to phone an ambulance when they're having a panic attack, convinced that they're going to die. Now, the problem with panic attacks is they can spiral out of control. The fear of having a panic attack can cause the panic attack to get worse. And so I found, through my experience with them, the only way to make them pass more quickly is to relax and allow the panic to take over you for a while. Allow it to come, not try to fight it off, not try to run away from it, but just experience the sensation. If you're going through a panic attack, remind yourself of what happened last time. Remind yourself that no matter how intense it was and how convinced you were that it was going to kill you, that it didn't, and you're still here. So reassure yourself this is going to pass. However bad it is, it will pass. And then lay there or sit down quietly and take deep breaths. If I've missed out any of the symptoms, or you experience anything different, please leave a comment below. I think it'd be helpful for people to talk about their experiences and to help each other. Perhaps let me know what you found helpful in getting through a panic attack. What's helped you personally could help someone else. Knowing that you're not the only one experiencing it is also helpful, I feel, and having someone that you can turn to and that will understand. If you're susceptible to panic attacks, things that can trigger them or make them more intense are caffeine and sugar. They're massive culprits here, because when you're drinking caffeine, you can feel wired and it can make you very highly strung. It can make you anxious, give you the jitters. Some people it doesn't affect like that. It barely wakes them up in the morning, but other people it can really bring on this anxious feeling. And so if at all possible, if you suffer from these panic attacks, try to cut down on your caffeine slowly until you can eliminate it from your diet altogether. Also sugar, it can have a similar effect. I found that when I cut sugar out of my diet, that I wasn't on such a roller coaster of emotions, because what goes up must come down. Sugar sends you sky high and then you come crashing down, and I found it's important to try to stay on an even keel, so to speak. Also exercise, and I can't stress this strongly enough. It's difficult because when you're suffering from anxiety, it's the last thing you feel like doing, but it's the most helpful thing that you can do. Exercise releases endorphins and they make you feel good. You're less likely to have panic attacks when you're fit and healthy. So if at all possible, I don't know, I get some warning when I'm going to get a panic attack. Sometimes it just comes over me and I don't know what's happened, and it hits me. But other times I feel it creeping up, and what I'll do, whether I feel like it or not, is I'll force myself to have a short walk around the block, which I think takes a bit of courage, because sometimes I'm scared I'm going to have a panic attack as I go, but it's just something that I've had to confront, and slowly I've managed to build up confidence that I'm going to be able to get through these panic attacks and that I'm going to be okay. So it's step by step, taking these small steps to build your confidence up again, because it does knock your confidence down. When this comes over your body, you feel like you've lost control, and it's quite terrifying. So anyway, I hope these few tips have helped you, and if you're suffering, don't feel alone and don't feel helpless or hopeless, because things can get better. I wrote a poem shortly after a panic attack, and I'd got to the point where I was so sick and tired of them ruling my life, and rather than fear, I started to feel anger. So I'll just recite it to you now. Hello panic, welcome fear, come and take a seat right here. No need for you to guard the door, 'cause I'm not running anymore. Yes, make my heart beat fast and strong. No, don't back off, please. Do go on. Oh, that trick, I know it well. Cold as ice, then hot as hell. And this one, by far your best, that evil death grip to my chest. You love to hear me gasp for air. Squeeze tighter, so I know you care. Distort my vision, cloud my mind. Those hidden terrors help me find. Make me beg and plead and cry. Convince me I'm about to die. It's funny. Now I see your game. Your side effects become quite lame. So collect your troops and wage your war. But I'm not fighting anymore. You lose. Send in your positive thoughts and big hugs, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.